Hey, welcome! Today, we are diving into something that's totally changing the game: artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. And look, this isn't just a simple upgrade. Think of it more like your network just hired a super intelligent digital detective, one that literally never sleeps and can see clues that no human ever could. So, let me ask you this. Is your cybersecurity maybe kind of stuck in the past? I mean, if your security system is just sitting around, basically waiting for an attack it already knows about to happen, well, the answer is probably yes. But there's a completely new way of thinking about this, and it is all powered by AI. All right, let's break this down. The old way? It was all about static rules. It could only recognize threats that were already known, which made it completely reactive. You're always playing catch up. AI security, though, is dynamic. It's constantly monitoring. It learns to spot brand new, never-before-seen threats, which makes it predictive. We're talking about stopping an attack before it even happens. So what's the big idea here? Really, it's a massive shift. We're moving away from a system that's just sitting there waiting for some human to give it new instructions to a system that learns and adapts all by itself in real time. And that brings us to this idea of dynamic monitoring. You gotta love that phrase. It basically means the AI is a perpetual student. It is constantly taking in data, learning from it, and updating its own map of your network's environment. So instead of you waiting for a manual firewall update, the AI is already adapting its defenses on the fly as things change. Let's get into the AI Detective's toolkit. First up is its amazing ability to see right through disguises. This is where AI takes a classic security technique, signature matching, and gives it a serious intelligence boost. And here's how it pulls it off. First, you've got fuzzy matching. This means the AI can spot malware even if attackers tweak its code a little bit to try and sneak past old scanners. Second, it creates predictive signatures. It's like analyzing the malware's DNA to predict what its next version will look like, and then blocking it ahead of time. And finally, and this is huge, it cuts down on all those annoying false alarms by understanding context. It can tell a real threat from a harmless coincidence. Okay, next skill, and this is one of the most powerful tools in the AI's arsenal. It's this uncanny ability to know a network so incredibly well that it can instantly spot when even one tiny little thing is out of place. It's all about sensing when something just feels off. And the secret to that is a concept called baselining. See, before it can spot what's weird, the AI has to spend time learning what's normal. It just watches everything: who logs in and when, how much data usually flows where, what hours people are actually working. It builds this unique, living profile of your organization's digital heartbeat. Let's make this super clear with an example. So here's the baseline for an employee. Let's call them user A. They're consistent, right? They're predictable. Every day, it's New York, 9 a.m., looking at the usual HR files. The AI sees this pattern over and over and just marks it as totally normal, safe behavior. And then this happens. The AI sees a login for user A, but everything's wrong. Wrong country, wrong time. And they're going after the super sensitive core database. Because this is such a massive statistical leap from that baseline it established, alarms go off instantly. This isn't just a rule being broken, it's a behavior being violated. That's the key difference. Now let's see how this builds, because this is where our AI detective really starts to connect the dots. We're talking about linking seemingly random clues over long periods of time to uncover a really sophisticated slow-motion attack. So imagine this. An alert pops up. It's low severity, the kind of thing a busy human analyst might just dismiss as random noise. It looks completely isolated. The AI, though, it logs it. It remembers. Then, maybe weeks go by, another minor alert, this time from a totally different part of the network. Again, by itself, it means pretty much nothing. And for a person trying to connect this to that one thing from a month ago, almost impossible. But the AI, it remembers that first clue. And then, maybe months after that first event, one more tiny, innocent-looking thing happens. So now you have 3 separate dots on a map, spread way out over time. To us, it just looks like noise. But to the AI, a pattern is starting to take shape. And here is the payoff.
The AI stitches these events together and recognizes the textbook pattern of what we call an advanced persistent threat, or an APT. This is a sneaky, long-term attack designed to fly completely under the radar. It sees the cyber kill chain, the whole sequence of steps the attacker is taking, unfolding in real time. What was just isolated noise has now been turned into a clear, actionable signal of a major breach in progress. That is an absolute game changer. All right, let's bring all these detective skills to a really critical area, fighting financial fraud. This is where AI is on the front lines, protecting our most important assets, our identities, and, our money.
So how's it do that? Well, for one, it can analyze login attempts to tell the difference between a real human typing and an automated bot just storming the gates with stolen passwords. It can spot identity fraud, like those impossible travel scenarios we just talked about. And when it comes to financial transactions, it can analyze hundreds of variables, your location, your device, the purchase amount, all in a fraction of a second to decide if that payment is legit or not. So you might be wondering, where does the AI even find all these clues? Well, it's not magic. It's looking in two main places. First, the raw network traffic, the actual ones and zeros moving across the wires. And second, it digs through mountains of text logs from every single system, server, and cloud service you have, finding correlations that no human team could ever hope to spot. Look, if you remember one thing from all this, let it be this. AI in cybersecurity is a fundamental shift from reactive defense to proactive prediction. We're finally moving away from just building higher walls and toward predicting where the attacker is going to show up next. And that really leaves us with a fascinating thought, doesn't it? We know AI is the new detective, tirelessly walking the beat of our networks. The real question is, with its ability to constantly learn and evolve, what kind of crime will it learn to predict next?